Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-November 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could test out the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Taurus collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous. I'm sure you are, though. Let's get it going, my gods. Talk to me. What do we got for Taurus here mid-November? And yes, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which I always find intriguing. But let's get it going here. What's up with Taurus, please? Please and thank you. All right, the deck's being a little specific now. I always find that interesting when that happens, because normally this first card pops out quick, so maybe there's really something Spirit wants you to hear. There we go. Yeah, I got this in the Virgo reading, and it's showing up for you as well. We have this alchemist. So yeah, it could be a quest for knowledge of some sort, possibly, or maybe a Virgo in your life. There's a lot of archetypes and themes to this oracle card. It's potent. Now, before we start peeling back the layers on that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But into the reading, enough of the promo. Take a little look at this imagery. You see that individual, he's holding a potion, he is glaring right upon it, and he has that alchemical symbol for the sun right on his third eye. So when I see that, I think of illumination, somebody who is very knowledgeable or is on a quest for knowledge, possibly. So a lot of you might be trying to learn new things, learn about everything and anything with a card like this. But there are two other big themes with this card. It could be that of creation, because this guy's creating his potion, but also focus. What are you focused on? You might have something or someone like right in your sights, okay? Or you might be under someone else's sights. Let's just put that down there. So there's a lot of layers to that card. Let's get into tarot. I always say that doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote for us. But yeah, let's get you 3 in the upright, then we'll get the intuitive, juicy stuff flowing. What's going on with Taurus, please, my gods? It's been an interesting couple of weeks for the Taurus readings. I'll say that for sure, because last week's reading was extremely positive. It was titled An Unexpected Win. So maybe something came your way that you weren't expecting that was extremely positive. I always say wins come in all different shapes and sizes, whether it's a monetary win, a social win, an emotional win, you name it. So there was positive energy around the Taurus collective. However, the week before that, the reading was titled A Painful Loss. So for a lot of you, it might be very up and down right now. So we're going to hope for some positivity here. Let's get it going. As I always say, energy is always flowing. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be looking at someone else you're linked to as well, like somebody who's connected to you. Okay. Yeah, 8 of Cups. This is movement. This is action. Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of the reading we saw a couple weeks ago. Let's not talk on it too much. That's a neutral card to me. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles himself. That could be you. It doesn't matter if you're male, female, or anything in between. That's a card that could represent you here. Let's get one more going. I like that we have the water-earth mix thus far. That's usually an abundant mix. And we have the Hierophant. So we have double cards that could be representing you here, Taurus. So this is going to be an interesting reading. That's for damn sure. But let's go through. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff. You know, if you have other important Tauruses in your life, we might be taking a little peek at them in this spread as well. But in position number 1, the 8 of Cups. This card can get a bit of a bad reputation when we see it. Some people say this is someone walking away or abandoning something, which can be true. But I see this card as movement in general, action in general, progression in some way. So it doesn't all have to be bad. But for some of you, if it's not travel, if it's not distance, there could be something you were tempted to walk away from, or something you might be moving away from or towards. It's all very personal, like I said. So for this card, the clarifier is extremely important. Moving forward, though, we have the King of Pentacles. Like I've said earlier, this could represent you. It could represent other earth signs. And when I see the King of Pentacles, it's beautiful energy. For some of you, it could even be an older male figure. But it's abundance, right? This is someone that is very sturdy, very stable, extremely abundant. This could speak about a focus on the material world, like money, the home, work, And I don't feel like this is a bad card. Now, all cards do have that duality. Yes, it could be somebody who's a little bit stubborn, or a situation that might be a little bit stubborn. But in my simplistic style of reading, when we have cards that could represent you, it could be something that's coming towards you or a way you might be feeling. So this and the next card are extremely important. They're very sturdy. And I will say this, although we have movement in the beginning, the next two cards are like almost immovable. So hopefully you're not dealing with issues that are lingering. There's a lot of earth energy here. On the back end, we have the Hierophant himself. As you know, this is one of your main cards, right? This is right up there with the Empress. So once again, things that could be coming towards you, things that you could be feeling, realizations about oneself, how one might be feeling, so self-confidence. But aside from that, the Hierophant is one of the more dense cards in the whole entire tarot deck, right? It can speak about like churches, religion, spirituality, which is a beautiful thing, but it's power structures. It could be corporations and things like that. When I see the Hierophant, I think of day-to-day life. This card can be a little monotonous sometimes. Another thing with the Hierophant, it's immovable. Now, if you're watching this for relationships, the Hierophant is something long-lasting. It is a card of marriage, possibly, but it's a very long-lasting type of card. This could represent relationships that have been going on for years and years and years. But once again, like I said, we have the movement of the Eight of Cups into a stable card, into an immovable card. So something could be taking root in this time, depending on what the clarifiers are. Let's see what's up with all that. We're going to jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for Taurus, please. Interesting the way the energy is flowing on this one, that's for sure. What's going on for Taurus? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, all readings are about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's see what's up with that Eight of Cups. And if you read tarot yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you have any messages from this spread that you want to give to Taurus, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind. So let's see what's up with that Eight of Cups. Where's the Eight of Cups here? And the deck, there we go. All right, the good old 1111 card, yeah. Okay. So for some of you, this could be like number signs, synchronicity, spirit trying to like send you omens. Do not ignore these things in this time, that's for sure. Especially when the 1111 card shows up in reverse. Now, I will mention this. The fact that the Four of Wands is in reverse can speak about upheaval. So I'm catching somebody trying to like avoid a rough situation or avoid a fallout of some kind. So that could be someone you're dealing with. Like if you're having a bumpy road, if you're having issues with somebody, very avoidant is what I'm feeling. Now, for another portion of you, this could easily be somebody walking away from something that makes them happy, which is an odd energy to pick up, right? Like, why would someone walk away or move away from something that makes them happy? Maybe it's a behavior, maybe it's a job, whatever it might be. It's just not working for whatever reason. So I'm feeling a couple of different things, but I would not ignore the omens from spirit here. That's for sure. All right, we're going to keep moving. I'm not going to like really pile on this too much, but that's giving me funky vibes right in the front. Let's just keep moving. Listen to your intuition. Watch the signs from spirit for sure. Don't ignore those things. So let's see what's up with that King of Pentacles. Where's the King of Pentacles here? Thank you. King of Wands, nice. All right, yeah, somebody really trying to get things under control. Right? That's a big thing I'm feeling here. And I did say like in the front end, there is like some upheaval here. And with the double kings cutting right down the center, I'm getting the big vibe of like somebody possibly calling in the reinforcements. Like, all right, this thing is getting out of hand. I need assistance with it. Like I'm catching a clamp down, heavy control, especially with the double kings and the Hierophant. There might be a situation or an issue that if it does spin out of hand, if it is serious, if it is explosive or volatile for whatever reason, it's okay to call in reinforcements. Because when we have the King of Pentacles, like I said, that's earthly. It could be about work, stuff like that. The King of Wands, if that's not a fire sign in your life, is all about the passions. Okay, so it is a little more volatile, and I will say this, along the bottom, it's all fire thus far. So just watch out for explosive situations and issues, and if that does happen, don't be afraid to ask for assistance or help if you need it. We're going to keep going, because there is this little underlying volatility underneath these cards. So let's see what's up with that Hierophant. Could be warnings about conflict and volatility, but we'll talk about it more during the recap, okay? So why is the Hierophant here? Okay. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this is absolutely a clamp down. For some reason, Taurus, you might be shutting something down big time, okay? Or there, whether it's a behavior, whether it's communication, like there is something that you either need to or you will be shutting down big time. Because like a vibe I'm catching on the back end here is kind of like no more Mr. Nice Guy, or you know what? You thought this was happening. Let's see how you react when it does. This is a very odd feeling. But the Hierophant with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, this is someone standing firm, possibly being stubborn, but shutting something down or shutting someone out. That's what I'm catching here. So if that's not something you are doing, Spirit might be asking you to do that. We have a lot of interesting energies here. Okay, and let's go through and look at them one more time, because there's a lot of messages showing up here, but there could be something you are either shutting down or need to shut down. Okay, let's see what's up. I was picking up an interesting thing like that in Virgo recently. Anyway, but if you kindly look in the box before the shadow card, position number 1, we have the Eight of Cups with the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, don't ignore the omens, signs, and synchronicities from Spirit. That's for sure. Like that's one big thing I felt like I needed to deliver to a lot of Tauruses, because like they could be trying to get your attention. Another vibe I was picking up here is like somebody possibly like putting their happiness to the wayside or walking away from something that makes them happy. Not the best vibe we're getting here, but also an underlying volatility, because the Four of Wands is a very stable card. So just know there could be some explosiveness, volatility. Especially moving forward, we have the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Somebody really trying to clamp something down, get control of the situation, and just like, yeah, we're going to stop this in its tracks, especially with how this is going. If a situation or an issue is volatile or explosive, don't feel bad about calling in reinforcements for help, okay? Big energy I'm picking up here. But there is a need to bring control to someone or something. There might be something that's just out of hand. And moving to the back end, we have the Hierophant with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody not being so nice anymore. Somebody not being so generous, like shutting something down, stopping it. So if that's something you're doing, whether shutting someone out, shutting your emotions in, or a Spirit might be saying like, listen, you know this situation's not good. You need to shut it down. That's the vibe I'm getting. So please do what you will with that. Interesting stuff here, Taurus. I'm going to get you one shadow card, though. Let's shuffle it up one time and see what's in the shadows for you. That's one of the more unique readings I saw this week. It's different than the energies of a lot of the other ones. And I will say this, like when I do all the zodiac signs every week, sometimes I see little threads that connect them all. This one's unique for some reason. So especially if you're an authority figure of some kind. Let's get one more. What's in the shadows? Thank you. All right, yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So more of the same, I'm feeling. Now, when we get the Nine of Pentacles, usually this is a very sturdy type of card. But when I see this card, what always flashes in my head is what you own owns you when we look at the reverse portion of it. Because if you look at this card, you see that bird, it's in a cage. Now, the positivity of this card is very abundant, very sturdy, very firm, and independent. But this person is trapped by something, right? So it is something to keep in mind, like, yeah, keep goals, but sometimes the grass isn't always greener, all right? And certain things only go so far, but for a portion of you, you might be feeling trapped in this time. So beware of that. Or like your back's in the corner, or you're being forced to do something. And I know that's not a vibe that people want to make a Taurus feel. They don't like to be rushed. They don't like to be forced with anything. So beware of these energies, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the November subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the October subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced the day after Halloween, November 1st. But for November, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Vice Versa Tarot once again. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, what are you most grateful for? 'Tis the season, am I right, my friends? That's all you need to do to enter. And at the end of November, I'll announce the winners of my community tab. My friends, as always, much love, and I'll see you next time.